All right, let's go across to our research bay now. Priyank is joining us because all these results are coming out. We are in the midst of earnings season, and he's talking to the management at CEAT about their results. Priyank.
Well, Vikram, as you mentioned, CEAT just about to announce the numbers for this quarter. Mr. Sunil, I assume Mr. Sunil, the CFO at CEAT, is joining us now. Mr. Sunil, if you can hear me, can you take us on net sales and net profit figures for Q1 FY10?
Yeah, the Q1 results we have declared today, and net profit is 60.2 crore after taxation, and profit before tax is 91.5 crore. This is on a net sales of 673 crore.
Okay.
These figures indicate PBT ratio of 13.5% to net sales and 8.9% PAT to net sales. Okay. This has been achieved mainly on two counts. One is the sales mix has been much improved as compared with same quarter last year, and the raw material prices have been at a lower level as compared to last year, and there is a good judicious mix of buying raw materials has helped us contain the RM cost.
So could you also talk about the margins, to how margins have actually panned out for Q1 FY10?
Okay, I just mentioned that the PBT margin is 13.5% and EBITDA margin is 16.3%.
Okay. And sir, the 16.3% mark that you're talking about for this quarter, could you provide us the versus figure for the last quarter on a YOY basis as well?
Last year, same quarter at EBITDA level, it was about 1%.
Was it around 1% is what you're saying, right? Mr. Sunil, can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah. Last year was a year with very high raw material prices, and the effect of that actually couldn't be reflected in the sale prices.
Okay, so basically what you're trying to say that the EBITDA has actually improved for this quarter simply in the back of the raw material prices cooling off to a certain extent. Is that safe to assume?
Also other significant part is the improved sales mix, because in terms of replacement sales, we have touched a figure of about 79%, and so replacement and exports have done very well.
Okay, and so if you could also share us some light on the kind of volume, what's the volume outlook looking from here on?
Okay, in terms of looking at a kind of flattish picture, because we are focusing more on our own production, and we have reduced outsourcing to some extent to sort of respond to the macroeconomic situation.
Okay.
So in terms of volume, we would look at a nearly flat scenario.
Mm-hmm. So what's been the realizations for Q1 FY10, that's this quarter?
Realizations have been much better. So realizations are much better. That is why that is sort of one significant reason for this margin improvement.
And sir, have you taken any kind of reduction in prices for this quarter? How's the pricing scenario spanned out in Q1 FY10?
No, Q1 there has been no change in pricing.
And so the outlook also, if you could shed some light on that as to going forward, how do you look from the pricing perspective?
Going forward, I mean, one is on raw material scenario. We are seeing to some extent raw material prices going up in terms of both rubber, and there are other crude derivatives. So crude is also a bit stronger as compared to what it was earlier. So we'll have to watch the situation, and that will be something which we will have to watch for in the quarters to come. But definitely we expect RM price to be higher in time to come.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Mr. Sunil, for joining us, giving us all those details. As the management from CEAT talking to us as to how the results really panned out. Your net sales up around at rupees 673 crores, net profit coming in at around 90.5 crores as well on that front. You have the margins up at 16.3%, no price cuts or anything taken forward. They're expecting prices to become stronger going forward as well. Back to you.
Right, Priyank, thanks so much for that update. And of course, the stock is actually 1.5% down in 1 month. It's risen about 38%. But with that, it's going to be a wrap on this edition of Mad About Markets.
I'm afraid we've run out of time completely. We'd have loved to take more mutual fund questions. But Rajesh Tanna, thanks very much for joining us from Bonanza Portfolio. If you have any disclosures to make?
No, I don't have any personal investment into any of this mutual fund, but we are recommending our clients on the basis of market condition 3-4 funds like HDFC Top 200, DSP Top 100, IDFC Premier Equity Fund, and Sundaram Select Focus Fund.
All right, Rajesh. Thanks very much for joining us this afternoon. Also from my side and from that of Tripti, no investments in any of the mutual funds that we've been discussing or any of the stocks that we took up on this edition of Mad About Markets. But News at 2 is coming up in just a bit, in a short while from now after a very small break. So stay with us. All the action continues. Keep learning and keep watching.